Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live show. Today is October 14th, the normal Tuesday at 4:30. We got a fun live show for you today. The topic is going to be zombies. Bob will be joining me right now.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are having a great day. Like I said, the topic today is going to be zombies. So we're going to talk about zombies in movies, video games, and of course in Airsoft. And we got a great zombie game coming up as well that we'll talk about in a bit. But first, let's go over some really great promotions. Right now we have the coupon code SHOCKTOBER, where you can save 23% on our website at airsoftgi.com or gitactical.com for East Coast shipping. And we have a sniper giveaway. And if you guys are in the Virginia or California area, we have an epic sale going on in store right now, which is called the Shots Fired sale, which is pretty fun. And if you go in store to our store in Walnut, California or Chesterfield, Virginia, you can get 26% off, 22% off select map brands, and 105% price match guarantee. That is a crazy savings for in store. So if you guys are in the area, make your plans this week. This promotion in store is going on until next Monday, October 20th. So make your plans and stop by in store before that is gone. So that's gonna be pretty dope.
Yeah, no, that's going to be great. I mean, obviously a lot of savings, like unheard of savings, and along with a 105% price match guarantee. And also just coming into the store, you're going to be able to ask our sales folks a lot of different questions on what may work out best for you. So all around, it's a great thing. We've also got two events coming up. This next week, we've got Bob the Axeman's My Zombie Extravaganza. It's a one-of-a-kind event. I haven't held an event like this for 3 years, and I got to tell you, I'm really excited to do it again. It's going to be a game pod combat zone. This event will feel like you're in your very own zombie movie, either from the zombie perspective or the survivor's perspective, and it is going to be a lot of fun. And also, zombie games are only usually available around, the Halloween time. That's usually when folks throw them, and I'm really excited to do it at the best facility for a zombie event in California. So you should really sign up for this event. It's going to be a really good gall-darn day of gameplay. So I can't wait, and I'm set up with a really awesome gas shotgun for it. We also have our Fort Ord Firefight, which is coming up on November 8th. Those tickets are currently available on our website. Again, this is an amazing facility. If you've never been to Fort Ord, you're going to want to play there at least once in your lifetime. Daniel's actually had the opportunity to play there. I used to teach fencing up in the Monterey area for almost a decade, and I never played there. I can't wait to go back and play. It's an old Army base that is no longer fully used, so we get the opportunity to play at a lot of the barracks, and we are going to be bringing out a drone to be able to film this game as well as we can. So if you want some amazing raffle products from Jag Precision, they're going to be at the event. If you want to be on GI TV, this is your opportunity. And if you want to meet us and hang out and have a great day of scenario-based gameplay, hit up Fort Ord, hit up the Fort Ord Firefight on November 8th. It's going to be a great day.
Really quick, the zombie game is sponsored by Umarex and Elite Force, so big shout out to them, and they're going to have some awesome raffle prizes that I can't announce yet, and they might have some key personalities there too.
Yes.
And they might have a few products that haven't been released yet that might be able to check out for the first time if you go to this event. So yeah, Jag Precision is going to be a sponsor of Fort Ord, which is really awesome. They got a lot of great stuff, and then Umarex and Elite Force for the zombie game. And thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll actually be rocking my Elite Force 1911 TAC for the zombie game. Mainly because it kicks really hard and it's awesome, and also, Elite Force is a sponsor, but I really love that gun, so it's great to use anyway. All right, next up, we have our sniper giveaway that's going on all the way until the end of October 31st, all the way till the end of October 31st. Essentially, for every order you place on airsoftgi.com or gitactical.com, you're going to get a special passcode that will give you the chance to win something, so you can check out that sniper giveaway on either airsoftgi.com or gitactical.com. And I'll tell you this right now, don't tell anyone else because Daniel's sitting right there. But if you split up your orders and make more orders, that'll be more passcodes that you have an opportunity to possibly win something on our website. So keep that in mind. And you already went over Shocktober, and we also have a special discount on KJW products. It's a limited time only. We normally can't discount these products, but they're going to be 10% off. They're already marked down on our websites on airsoftgi.com and gitactical.com. So if you are in the market for any KJW TJW product, now would be the time because we normally don't ever get to discount these products.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Daniel?
Yeah, and they're solid products. I know their pistols are big hits because they're affordable and they're actually really good quality and they perform well. So the High Capper series, I'm a big fan of the M9. I sold dozens of those when I was at the retail store just because it was a great pistol for a $100 price point. So take advantage of that before it's gone.
We also have new mystery boxes available, and if you don't know how to find those, you can go to our main website, scroll down to the bottom, and on the left side you'll see mystery boxes and game tickets. So if you're looking for the games, you can click on the game tickets. If you want to know the mystery boxes are coming out or that are still available, click on that tab. Right now we have the Armor Mystery Box available, the GITV Patch Package 2, and the Weapon Locker Mini Mystery Box. And coming up tomorrow is the GITV Patch Package 3. So, that said, that is going to be it for our promos. And now we get into the topic.
Zombies.
All right, so we wanted to go over, zombies in general, zombies in movies, as well as zombie airsoft games. What I really like about this upcoming zombie game we have going on is how much we're leaving it open for the players to succeed, and also how, not necessarily confusing, but the lack of knowledge on the player's side is going to make it that much more scary. And what I mean by that is the last time last time I, along with Airsoft Jack, threw a zombie game, we did something interesting where we told the zombie players, like, look, we would tell each individual zombie player a different number of hits they would have to take to go down, be killed. So, like, let's say a zombie would come up to be spawned again, to be respawned, we'd be like, all right, you're going to take 7 shots to go down. And then someone else would come over, you're going to take 5. And then that guy, you're going to take 10. So every time as a survivor I encountered a zombie with limited ammunition, I had to try and take them out, and I never quite knew how many shots I would have to take to put them down. So there were quite a few situations where I remember I just slung my shotgun because I was out of shotgun shells, and I pulled out my pistol and I emptied the entire G19 mag into a zombie, and thankfully I had just enough BBs to put him down. He actually died with his hand on the front of my G19, and it had locked back. So I was like, oh, this is close call. So it really gets your heart pumping when you do a zombie game like that. And not only that, like, GamePod Combat Zone had just put in, as of Assault on Antioch, some industrial strength smoke machines. So it is going to be, how may I say this? The visibility is going to be low, and that's going to make it scarier and also look cooler when you have your lasers and your flashlights. But Daniel, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this whole zombies being killed by a random amount of shots.
I think that gives a big factor of unpredictability because if you have unlimited ammo or you just have high caps for days, that's not a problem. You just, you dump your mag. But the fact that you have limited ammo, and, that goes with the theme of, you're survivors and you're getting ammo wherever you can find it and stuff like that. You want every shot to count, but you also can't wait too long. Otherwise, this guy's going to be running at you, and then you're going to get, eaten and turned into a zombie yourself, too.
Yeah.
So I think the unpredictability of the zombies itself, the limited ammo, and I think I was going to agree with you that one of the most exciting things I'm for is the fact that we're doing this at GamePod, which is an amazing facility, and I've seen that place like heavily fogged up, and it's going to get to the point where, like, bring a flashlight for sure, that, like, your heart's going to be pounding and it's going to be racing because you're going to go around a corner and a zombie could be right there, or you're going to be going through thick fog and there could be a zombie 15 feet in front of you and you don't know that, So, I mean, people are going to get sneaky, and so the zombies that you guys are going to be fighting are other players as well. So, I like that. Airsoft is a lot of fun because you're playing against live players. You got to outsmart the other player or be quicker, faster, and all that other stuff. In the same aspect, these zombies aren't just like role players. They're going to be coming at you, and you got to be quicker, and you got to think either as a zombie or as a player or as a survivor, how to win on your side. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and it's really interesting, too, because the dynamics of how this game is going to be run, it makes it very different. I mean, obviously, if you're a survivor, whether you're a zombie, because as a zombie player, you're going to have to use your own tactics in that, like, you're going to want to group up with other players and hit smaller amounts of survivors, but with larger groups of zombies. That way, they either have to waste a lot of ammo to take you guys out, or you can pick off 1 or 2 or 3 players at a time. And that's really all you need to do to start the ball rolling for zombie victories. You have to start picking off people, because that makes your force larger, and it cuts down on the amount of people that the survivors are going to have. And it's also pretty demoralizing when you're like, where'd Timmy go?
Yeah.
Oh, Timmy's gone, bro. It's kind of scary. But like, he just went around that corner. He's like, yeah, he's gone. He's so gone. And yeah, also like, I mean, if you guys have ever read the Zombie Survival Guide or World War Z, you'll know that going into an urban environment knowing zombies are going to be there is the most dangerous way to fight zombies. Like, you know, those close corners. Like, let's say it's going to take 7 or 8 shots to take down a zombie. You may not have enough time to put 7 or 8 shots on target if he's right around the corner. So you really got to be going in with your buddies. You got to have flashlights. It's, in my opinion, for survivors to succeed, they need to stay in a group that's covering about every single direction. And the cool thing also is when you get to the safe house, it's going to be stocked to the gills with ammo. So even though you have limited ammo, once you get to the safe house, you're going to be able to reload. You're not allowed to take BBs out on the field with you, but they'll be at the safe house. So it gives you incentive to get to that fortified area.
So think of it almost like a Left 4 Dead type feel, where you're kind of like in this danger zone, and like the closer you get, you know, I have a couple ideas that I want to try as zombies of like setting up ambushes and other, you know, sneaky things. But yeah, you know, you want to get to that safe house so you can reload and then try to, you know, gather your troops and stuff like that. So think of kind of like a Left 4 Dead style gameplay. That's just gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and what's interesting also is that, you know, everyone there who's playing a survivor during the day is going to at least play a couple games as a zombie. I'm actually sort of looking forward more to the zombie aspect, because it's almost like, well, it really is like you're hunting people.
Yeah.
And I think what I like about the the fog in there is, like, from the survivor's perspective, you might hear like moans, but you're like, oh my God, where is it coming from?
Yeah.
And then a zombie just appears out of the fog. That's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
So
I think it's really cool, and I love how big the zombie theme has gotten. Just, you know, movies, TV shows, video games, and especially Airsoft. You know, we were at Ballahack a couple weekends ago, and they had a different take on a zombie game that I haven't seen before, and it was really creative and it was a lot of fun. So maybe we can go to some, see if there's any comments. Have you guys ever tried zombie games? How do you guys run them? And what do you guys think of zombie games within Airsoft? I mean, I think the dream scenario is always, you know, you see in a movie. I think one of my favorite scenes in a zombie movie was 28 Days Later, when they finally got to that like mansion military compound, and there was just like this open field, and you had like waves of zombies coming at the British soldiers, and they're just mowing them down. Like, that's the dream scenario.
Mines, tripwires, a mansion, barbed wire. I mean, yeah, that was, they had it set up how like we would want it set up. It was interesting.
And that's a zombie scenario that would be fun. It's like, if that's a zombie apocalypse, heck yeah. If I got a stockpile of ammo and, you know, water and food, and zombies are coming, dude, this is so much fun. Let me just blast away all day long. So yeah, no, that was great. And,
no, go ahead.
I'll say I was gonna bring the topic to Walking Dead. If anybody has saw the season premiere, I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but it just started again on Wednesday. No, not Wednesday, Sunday. And that was absolutely amazing. Did you watch it? I'm not sure if you watched it.
You know, I got kind of bored of Walking Dead in the halfway through the first season, but I did see all of the social media light up with like, this is the best Walking Dead episode ever.
The premiere was so good.
And I didn't see it, obviously.
It was so good. There was action. They answered questions. They brought in new questions. There was mystery. They gave a lot of flashbacks and answered some storyline questions. And oh, that was amazing.
Yeah. Didn't see it, so I can't say.
Bob, what would you say is your favorite zombie movie of all time?
Jeez, Daniel puts me on the
hard one, right? I see somebody mentioned Zombieland. Zombieland's a good one. I really like that one.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead was really fun.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Although, I mean, it is one of my favorites. I'm trying to think, like, I really liked World War Z. I mean, I thought the movie wasn't as good as the book, but that's almost always true. I really...
That's funny. Eric is asking us, Bob, what do you think of
Walking Dead? Oh, yeah.
World War Z being destroyed by the movie.
Well,
I read the book too, and I saw the movie. I liked them both, but they were very different. They were very, very different.
Yeah, I didn't think that they were physically going to be able to portray everything that was in World War Z in the movie. So obviously, you know, Plan B, which is Brad Pitt's production company, took the script and changed it around to what they thought was a sellable movie. And also, you know, they had to do a lot of reshooting just to make it better. And they actually also, I don't know if you know this, but they had to change the script of the movie to coincide with the wishes of the Chinese Communist government, because it was partially funded by a Chinese production studio, and the beginning of World War Z has the actual zombie virus coming out of a Chinese village that was flooded by, I believe, it was the Three Gorges Dam project. So the Chinese government didn't really take too kindly for it starting in China, so they had to make them rewrite it.
Yeah.
I actually would like to make a point that the zombies in our zombie game are themed off of the 28 Days Later zombies, i.e. the ones that run, that are actually scary.
Yes.
And it's so liberating to be a zombie player in these games and not have to be forced to walk. You have so much more fun when you can run at people.
Yeah. I'm seeing I Am Legend. I Am Legend, I think, was a great movie. I don't know if I would call those zombies. I felt like they were almost more vampire because they had intelligence. You couldn't be in the sun, but you could get infected.
I think it's the same ballpark.
Yeah, no, I love that movie. That was a great movie. Yeah. That scene when Will Smith was talking to a mannequin and was like starting to cry. Oh my gosh! Or when Sam.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say these spoilers.
It was a very good remake, and it was originally a very good book too.
Here's a great question that goes along with our topic. Mr. Muncherman TV says favorite zombie game. Bob.
Just because as a family member, I'm gonna have to go with Left 4 Dead 2. My cousin-in-law Eric Layden was Ellis in Left 4 Dead 2, so I really like playing that game and listening to him. But yeah, favorite zombie game. If I couldn't choose Left 4 Dead 2, oh wow, I don't know why I didn't think of this. Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2 to start with, and then I just like Resident Evil 2 the most because it was scary, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead series. I love that series. I think the other game I spent a lot of hours on was Plants vs. Zombies. I got addicted to that one for a little while.
I didn't think about that.
That was pretty fun. But I think Left 4 Dead has probably one of the best zombie series out there, just because you get that experience of like literally hordes of zombies coming at you, and they're running and they're sprinting. And then I like that they introduce like other creatures as well too. And then the characters, I actually like the characters in there too. There's some sad scenes where characters didn't always make it. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's another game I spent countless hours on. Actually, I haven't beaten Last of Us. I'm actually playing that one right now. I'm a little late. I'm a little late. But I was going to say, somebody mentioned Black Ops 2.
We both put in so many hours.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, just those zombie. I mean, I'm not a super big fan of the Call of Duty series like I used to be. I am excited for the new one because of Kevin Spacey, specifically House of Cards, for Advanced Warfighter. No, Advanced Warfare? Warfighter? One or the other. But yeah, the zombie games in the Call of Duty series, just countless hours on. Why haven't they made a full-on zombie game yet? Like, that should just be like a full-on either Activision or Infinity Ward, or I think it's Sledgehammer now, I apologize. Just a full-on zombie game. Like, that game would do so well. Like, who would buy a Call of Duty zombie game? Like a scenario of survivors and you're fighting these zombies and you got waves and waves, and then it's like co-op so you can play online with all your buddies. Like, imagine Left 4 Dead-esque, but Call of Duty Zombies.
I think like if Call of Duty came out with just a straight zombie game, I don't know if I go out and buy it. I like the fact that it's tacked on to, a game that I'm already going to buy. Like, it makes me that much more excited for it. They would have to put, I think if they did a standalone zombie game, it couldn't just be one where you can't ever win or where it's endless. Because there'd have to be like just more to it.
I would completely agree. The way I would imagine it is Call of Duty has a great sense of storytelling and cinematic moments, and so the way I imagine it is it wouldn't be just like a round after round base. It would be like going through a Call of Duty game. You have characters, and then you have floods of zombies coming at you, but you're going through a storyline and then different environments and then different cinematic moments happening. So it'd be a Call of Duty game, not like a mini side game, in my vision. So I mean, I think they're gonna do it. So I'm calling that out.
Some other folks gave some really good suggestions. Dead Rising, that was a really fun game. DayZ, I haven't actually played it, but I've watched my former roommate Josh Erickson play it a lot. And what's interesting about DayZ is that the zombies are almost more of a sideshow. The folks you're really worried about are the humans. The humans are the ones that are going to screw you over. So yeah, DayZ is pretty awesome. I just never got into the Arma games because it's almost like one of the old jet flying games where there's so many different controls. You have to read the manual 3 times before you can figure it out. So that's what Arma's like for me.
I'm a little confused. I've seen a couple comments saying Battlefield Zombies. Is there a Battlefield Zombies mod or game or something?
Some folks are asking hey, what would you think about a Battlefield game with zombies? It'd be really interesting. Although I had actually just seen there's a Counter-Strike mod or a Counter-Strike game that's zombies. It's it's like the Nexus Project or Counter-Strike Nexus Project. I can't quite remember. So I'm curious about that. It'd be cool if there was a Battlefield mod for that or an expansion where you could do that. I would definitely pick that up.
That would be really fun because the one thing that Battlefield has is the vast amount of vehicles that you have at your disposal. So like imagine, like let's say the zombies were like fast running waves of zombies like in World War Z, and you had like just waves of zombies coming at you and you're in a helicopter, and then they come up and, you know, just like in the movie and stuff like that. But you can be in the tank or you can be in the helicopter. Like that could be fun.
I would just get canister shot with the tanks.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great. I'd just be in a jet all day. You don't run out of fuel, so I know, right?
So, let's see. Actually, I wanted to talk a little bit about zombie tactics. I mean, obviously, like, let's say if you're the survivors, you're going to want a flashlight. You're going to want a main gun with a sidearm. Now, I'm actually really excited to take the shotgun because it's very effective, at least against zombies, in both an airsoft and a fictional sense, because most shotguns are usually tri-burst or more. You know, some of the more affordable ones are single shot. But for the purposes of our zombie game, any shotgun that shoots you is going to count as 3 hits. So let's say it takes 7 for you to go down. It's going to take 3 shotgun shots, or 6, 2 shotgun shots. So I'm going to be able to carry a fair amount of spare ammo. But like, let's say you're using an assault rifle or a submachine gun, you know, you're probably going to have more rounds. But unless you have like a high rate of fire gun, you're not going to be able to get them on target as quick as a shotgun. So it's really important for these games to have, you know, a main rifle, a sidearm, and a melee weapon. Preferably a melee weapon with a lot of distance, like a sword or an axe.
I got a knife like this big.
Yeah, no, the thumb knife probably wouldn't work as well. Because it does take 2 melee hits to kill a zombie. Now, as far as the zombies go, I mean, I'm going to have a lot of fun like finding all these different places to hide, like, you know, in the back of a truck or inside the cab of a truck or, you know, in a corner that people are going to have to run by. So as zombies, we're going to have to be very, very picky and choosy about where we start off. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of smart folks that want to hide in the safe house to begin with. But I'd rather have like a couple opportunities to get people before they get to the safe house. So,
I'm starting to think about like what guns I want to take, and I think like CQB, since this is an amount style facility, very small, close corners and stuff like that, I'm going to probably take like the smallest guns possible. So, you know, definitely I would probably with an M4. I was thinking, I mean, I think this would be a fun game for a gas blowback, you know, for me to change it up just because we're limited on ammo to begin with. So, you know, there's no point in me running just like maximum high caps. So
we only be able to have 1 high capacity magazine.
Yeah, but you know, I can't have like thousands of rounds on me. So like if I had, let's say, like an LM4 or an MP7 or, you know, some kind of gas rifle, the GHK G5 or something like that could be a lot of fun because it kind of adds to that realism, and I can still do a mag dump on full auto or just a semi if like a zombie's coming at me and I'm trying to do like a double tap and stuff like that. Like that could be a lot of fun.
It could be, but I would caution you just in the following, in that the best gas gun to take would probably be something around the MP9 range or the KMP9 range, because those hold just under 50 rounds of mag, and the LM4 holds 40, so you're gonna have at least like 8 or 9 more rounds than you would on an LM4. And also the MP9 is so short, you're gonna be able to cut those corners.
Yeah, and then you can fold the stock and almost just use like a pistol.
Oh yeah,
so
no,
that's an advantage.
It's easy as pie.
Yeah.
And there are some folks that are going to do double pistol. So.
Yeah. So I was actually thinking about too. I don't know if I wanted to rock just a bunch of pistols. You know, do the Boondock Saints and have like 6 pistols on me, just da 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 da.
Well, for this game, you can only have 2.
Oh.
With 3 mags apiece.
That's right.
Yeah. So there, like I mentioned, there are a variety of different loadouts: the assault rifle, submachine gun, the shotgun loadout, and the double pistol loadout. Each loadout gets to have a sidearm with 3 mags, but the double pistol, you basically have 2 pistols and 3 mags. And what I was suggesting for that is, like, you know, you may want to look at a pistol that has a, you know, a high round count like the HK45 or anything else that has, you know, a lot of rounds. I personally am not really caring about that as much as I am for the fun factor, which is why I'm taking the Elite Force 1911 TAC. I just love how much it kicks. So that's going to be awesome.
ATP full auto with a 50 round mag.
That that actually is pretty smart if you use that loophole in the rules to take 3 350 round mags. That's pretty smart.
So wait, if I have 2 ATP full autos, I could technically have 6 mags, right?
6 50 round mags.
That's 300 rounds right there.
That's right. Or what you could do is you could take an assault rifle and have, like, you know, 350 round mid caps or 190 round mid caps, whatever, you know, the highest mid cap you can get.
Ooh, we have to read this comment. Airsoft VAD. I will be showing up at the zombie extravaganza in a clown suit. Bravo, sir. Bravo. That could be scary and creepy.
You used to watch Family Guy?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are stupid. They're going to be looking for army guys. Okay. There's this part in Family Guy. I don't watch Family Guy as much as I watch South Park now, but where Peter's in Vietnam and everyone else is wearing OD camo, and he's dressed up as a clown. He's like, it's like, they're going to be looking for soldiers, guys. But honestly, I would probably soil myself if not only did I see a zombie running at me, but I saw a zombie clown. That would not sit right.
Yeah.
Like, kill it with fire.
Yeah, yeah. If anybody watched American Horror Story, last Wednesday they introduced a new clown character that's like the creepiest clown ever. It's pretty bad. He's wearing like a person's face. It's scary.
You know what's really? I saw this last night. I saw it on a very large news channel. I think it's CNN.com, and then I saw this ad on a local paper back from where I'm from, Bakersfield, California. Apparently, there is some folks in Bakersfield are dressing up as creepy clowns and going around. I thought it was like a bunch of different places, but it's just Bakersfield, and I don't know why.
I read an article of, I don't think it was Bakersfield, maybe it was another one somewhere else, but there was apparently like a marketing thing where there was a clown out, and that's how it started, and it was very innocent and it was very fun. But I guess what started happening was other people started like spooking people, so there was like 17 or 18 other sightings of other people being clowns, and like, I mean, it's almost like borderline assault because people are walking home at night or whatever, and they're like running up and scaring the crap out of them, you know? And I mean, obviously that's unsafe. You know,
someone's gonna get shot.
Someone's gonna get shot. Someone's gonna get hit by a car, and the police has already made statements saying like, "Please stop. This is not a joke anymore." But yeah, but the clown at the zombie game, that is an amazing idea. I give you big props for that. Come find us. We'll get some content and interview you or something like that. That'll be fun.
I would also suggest dressing up as a Power Ranger.
I have a Power Ranger shirt.
Yeah, I know you do. That's why I said that. We also may have one of the folks that was in our Left 4 Dead video who played, shoot, I'm blanking on his name. He's the biker guy. Can't remember. Well, I know his name is Dave. But regardless, one of the folks from our Left 4 Dead video who looks like one of the characters is probably going to come out to the game, and that'll be really fun because he's been just jonesing to get another Airsoft game in, and you guys could meet him there. He's a really nice gentleman. So if we want,
let's move on to, we don't have a whole lot of new products, but we have some really awesome ones that I want to show you guys before we move on to the questions and shout-outs. So before I do, anything else you want to say about zombies, Bob? Or we're going to kill them all?
Yeah, someone was asking, how would, shoot, was it a grenade? Well, I can't see. Someone was asking about, do grenades count? We haven't updated the actual product yet, but if you do have a grenade launcher, those hits do count as 5 hits. So if you hit someone with one of those BB shower grenades, each zombie it's hit counts as getting hit 5 times. That's the most simple way we figured out to do it. And I believe you're limited to 3 grenade shells. So we will update that. Frag grenades and tornado grenades are not going to count as zombie hits because in all the fiction I've read, they really don't do much against zombies anyway. So except for blow out their legs. All right, on to the new products.
On to the new products, if I may.
No.
Thank you. So first of all, I want to mention this guy. This is not really a new product, but I really wanted to mention it because of the new pricing. This is a King Arms Full Metal Magpul Out M4 with M&P, sorry, not M&P, no, yeah, M&P on this side and Smith & Wesson on this side, engraved logos. This is a pretty kick-ass gun. Usually retails for $400, but we just dropped the price down to $250. Yeah, $250 for a full metal M4 with fully licensed Magpul furniture. Comes with the handguard, comes with the Magpul grip and the Magpul MOE stock and the EMBA sight and Magpul high cap magazine for $250.
Yeah,
so,
that's just under 40% off.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Lord.
It does not come with this optic, but you can definitely pick up your own optic. So I won't spend too much time on this, but this is a crazy good deal I did want to mention. The other thing we just got in that I know people have been waiting for is the Wolverine SMPs. If you guys are not familiar with this new HPA system or high pressure air system, the way this works is unlike other systems, you don't have to replace your entire gearbox. What you actually do is you just replace the internals inside your gearbox. Now, what that means is that the compatibility for this system to your normal AEGs is going to be much greater. So let's say you have your favorite M4 or AK that you absolutely love, and you want to use an air tank, you know, to get maximum performance and reliability and rate of fire and all that. Essentially what this is, if you look at it, if you guys have seen internals of guns, you have your air nozzle. This would be your cylinder head. Your cylinder would be in here, and you know your spring down in here too, and piston on the inside. So essentially you take out all the gears and all the internal components. You leave your gearbox in there, and this just drops in. This is gonna go where this line's gonna go where your gears are, and then loop out through where the motor would be, and then loop out through the bottom of your pistol grip, and that hooks up to the back of your air tank. It's a really great design because you can just drop this into any AEG in theory. So we're still we just got this in. We're working in at a full compatibility chart, but this is a version 2 here, so almost any M4 this should just drop into. We have the version 3, so all AKs, G36s. We also have custom nozzles, so that's the one big thing too. That let's say you have a very unique gun. This is for, I believe, a Classic Army Scar H, which is a very, very unique gun. You get, you know, the version 2 here. You get the nozzle, and you're good to go. So almost any airsoft gun out there. If you guys want to start using HPA a little bit more, this is a great way to go about it. And then you got, you know, your electronics and all that, and there's a lot of other cool details and stuff this can they can do. But I don't want to spend too much time. And most importantly, you get a patch.
That's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a very nice patch.
That's really awesome.
Wolverine Airsoft.
Someone actually asked a really good question, but you have some more new products to show off real quick,
yes.
right?
If you want to answer it really quick while I grab them.
Yes. The Chuckles, very nice name by the way, asked, will HPA systems be allowed in the zombie game? Absolutely. You can most certainly bring an HPA system, but keep in mind you have to keep within the magazine regulations. So if you have an HPA assault rifle, you know, 3 mid-caps or 1 high-capacity magazine. I do want to caution you, though, is that in these zombie games, speed is life. You are going to want to be able to run as lightweight as possible. So, you know, that air tank may weigh you down. So just keep that in mind. Holy crap.
Gotta remember to breathe here.
This is awesome. Alrighty then.
Oh my gosh.
That is
Aaron,
cool.
do you want to talk about this one for a bit?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so Aaron and Frank just stepped in. What you guys see here, this is a very pleasant surprise. This is the brand new Asg M40a3 that just came out. Now what we did was ASG was kind enough, thank you Bob, to send us one of these M40s, and our techs had a little fun with it. Aaron, here, I'll give you my seat for a moment. You want to tell us what you did with this amazing gun?
Well, I tuned up all the internals. It actually takes a lot of VSR 10 compatible parts. Piston, spring guide, barrels, buckings, just about everything. I put the ASG zero trigger in it, put a Action Army zero piston, Action Army 170 piston, or spring, I'm sorry, and the Action Army spring guide, along with a custom 25-inch, custom-made 25-inch Miracle barrel. Goes all the way out. And it's got a whole lot of nice little accessories on the outside. Right now it's shooting about 615, and we just took it out to the back of the shop, and it's ranging actually pretty far. Didn't get a good read on exactly how far it is, but it's going to reach out and touch somebody.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I've been waiting for you guys to do a custom build on the new ASG M40, so that is pretty darn awesome.
Yeah.
Very well played.
Yep.
Very well played.
Just got done with it today, paint job and everything. Probably going to be going up on the site pretty soon, but keep an eye out for it. It's going to be up there.
Now, it may look really white on camera right now. It's actually a very good shade of tan. That's mainly because the light is bouncing off it pretty wholeheartedly. So keep in mind, this is not a gun for winter, as the camo paint may look on camera. But I don't know if it
actually in real light, it's
can't
actually really tan. It's actually a little bit darker than what you can actually tell. The UV light actually.
There we go. You can see it. Yeah, a little bit better. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is a really cool gun. I highly suggest checking this out, and it's really nice that the M40 is finally here, and not only finally here, but also in the hands of our tech department. Very well done. Very well done. All right.
Do you guys want to actually play with it for a little while for the rest of the show?
We have to get to questions and answers really quick. We only have about 10 to 12 minutes left. All right, let's see. Okay, so right now we're going to hit up questions, answers, and shout-outs. So if you have any questions or want any shout-outs, now would be the time to throw that out there. Aaron, you got a price point you can announce on that gun?
Not at this time. Very shortly. I'll have it up on the website. So,
Roger.
take a look.
Roger that. Zombie shot. Bob, I challenge you to a melee battle, zombie versus zombie hunter. Well, if I see you there, and I'm a zombie at that time, I heartily accept. Okay. Bob or Dan, please give me a shout out. I'm from Finland, and clock in here is almost 3 a.m. Wow, I have to go to sleep, and I'm not going until I get a shout out. Juha Bachman, forgive me if I said the name wrong. Your shout out is approved. Thanks for watching from Finland.
Yeah, seriously. That's nice.
All right. Bob, are you ever going to go back to SS Airsoft in Georgia? I wholeheartedly want to, and I'm looking forward to that happening. Something like that probably won't happen until early next year. But thank you for asking. And tell the folks at SS Airsoft I said howdy. They're wonderful gentlemen and women. Michael McMullen, Dallas location? Daniel, do you like to answer?
Yeah, we are coming to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're going to be setting up a retail store that should, if all things go well, open in December of 2014. Yeah, that's really soon. So we're making more progress on that, and we're getting a lot closer. So the more progress we make, the more details we can announce for you guys. So if you guys are in that area, be ready. We're coming. And if you guys play at D14, I know that's a great field out there, and Jay Ward and everybody out there, they do some good stuff too. So check them out as well.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot of shout-outs here. All right, shout-out for Task Force Valkyrie in South Carolina. Your shout-out is approved. Mr. Oh, well, just disappeared. Oh, no, it disappeared again. Come on. Come on, we only have a limited amount of time left. There's Mr. Nick.
You're doing Nicholas Figueroa?
Mr. Nick 021. Or, I get, shoot. Nicholas Oliveras. Your shout-out is approved. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to take the other Nicholas Figueroa. Shout out to you. You are here like every single live show, and I see you comment on like every single Facebook post. I know you're a hardcore dedicated fan, and I heard you just won a Facebook giveaway, so mad props to you. Thanks for being such a big fan. We really, really appreciate it. So big shout out to you, man.
All-Star Airsoft shout-out has been approved. That's a great field. Been there before. And we also got Southern Connecticut Airsoft. Their shout-out is approved. Connor Warros, please forgive the name problems I'm having. Shout-out approved. Cole Corona, your shout-out is approved. Let's see, what else do we got here? Any more good questions as well?
I saw a question from, it was Immortal something was asking Crytek CRB or the new Amoeba AM013 Honey Badger style gun. Those are both really, really good guns. I would probably go with the Crytek CRB in the end, but that's a really close one. I think you're going to be happy with either one because I fired both, and they're both amazing performing. The Amoeba has crazy good trigger response, like super, super snappy. Yes, it does. So I do like that one a lot.
Yeah. HCSB, shout out from Colombia. Your shout out is approved. Latest news on the Scorpion Evo, Daniel?
Still a work in progress. That's all I have.
Go Hard, Ride Hard Airsoft. Your shout out is once again approved. Blue Falcons Airsoft Team, shout out approved. Chris Fallen, shout out approved. Shout out to my Milsim team from Zombie Shot TOU. Shout out approved. Let's see. Let's scroll a little bit further down. Shout out to Aaron from Barrie, Illinois. Shout out approved.
I think this is an interesting question from Joshua Michaels. Can I wear a Batman outfit?
Oh, I saw that earlier.
And I'm assuming you're talking about the zombie game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you could zombie out Batman somehow, oh my gosh. I want to shake your hand if you do that. That's amazing.
Someone mention dual hammers? Well, some gentleman mentioned that he's going to bring one of those squeaky hammers to the zombie game, and I wholeheartedly approve, because that'd be hilarious to hear squeak, squeak, and then a zombie's dead.
Yeah, that could be creepy. I'm just imagining. I thought of a clown when I was thinking like squeaking. Yeah, that could be really creepy. You just hear the little noisy, but you don't see the clown, and then he's running at your full speed.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Are you ever going to go back to the Midwest and host some games there? That's from Spider Airsoft HD. Absolutely, we are planning on that. Once the winter hit, we had to kind of forestall plans for that because I know it can really change the dynamic of how many people are out there playing. At least from our contacts in the ground and some of the fields we're looking at in the Midwest, that's what they were telling us. So we are going to push it on until later in 2015. So thoughts on the sorry.
I was going to answer the same
Yeah.
one. Go for it.
Thoughts on the Elite Force ARX 160? I'm actually possibly going to be using that for the zombie game, and I decided to do that because, one, it's very lightweight, and in fact, the real firearm was designed to be lightweight for use in mountain warfare. Also, even though for a lot of folks it may look a little weird at first, it's actually, once you get your hands on and get to play with it, it's a really ergonomic and comfortable design. So that's one of the reasons I like it. It also has a side folding stock, and it does have limited blowback. So all around, it's actually a really solid gun, and the lightweight factor and the ergonomics and the semi blowback are some of the main reasons I'm going to be using it at the zombie game. Your thoughts?
The one thing that surprised me the most about that gun was, besides the fact that it was a lot more comfortable than I initially thought from just looking at it, is the groupings out of the box was very tight.
Yes.
I remember I was using 2.5s with it when I was at SC Village a couple months back, and like the accuracy was just like very, very solid, even at a good amount of range. So that was impressive to me.
Shout out to Eric, Nick, Max, and John from Smyrna, Tennessee. Your shout out is approved. All right. Next East Coast event. I don't know if we can publicly say that. Just to suffice to say, right now it's classified.
Yes.
And same thing, TV6. I'd love to share more information, but that is pleasantly classified. All right. When are we going to see some gameplay footage of Bob's Rebel Training Camp? Well, actually, that is going to come up very soon. In fact, you might say a trailer will be out for that this week. That's all I'm going to do.
Very soon.
Yeah. 501st Airsoft. Your shout out is approved.
Shout out to you too, 501st. I see you here almost every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, big props.
And the Squeaky Hammer Challenge was from Airsoft VAD, or Airsoft VAD, and you'll be in the clown suit wielding it. Again, super creepy, so very good choice.
Go Hard, Ride Hard Airsoft. I see you here all the time too. Thank you.
All right, what's up?
Is asking, can I bring my dog and can I make him a hellhound? I'm gonna have to say no on the dogs on the Airsoft battlefield, but I think that would be a really fun idea if we could somehow incorporate that into an Airsoft game and not have him actually like maul people to death.
I like where your head is at.
Yes.
Also, I wouldn't want the dog to get shot in the eye, which has happened before at remember Fort Knox?
No.
Yeah, when we went to Fort Knox, I remember that dog was running around. He got hit in the eye.
That was when the ceasefire happened, right?
Yes.
Okay, I remember the ceasefire. Yeah.
So I don't know what GamePod's dog policy is, but I guess if you want to bring him and have him hang out, I don't think that would be a bad thing. But no, it wouldn't be allowed on the field. Jace Cole, shout out to you. Jace Cole from Lake Bluff, Illinois. Your shout out is approved. Airsoft X Fools. Your shout out is approved. All right, let's see if there are any other questions that we are able to answer.
There was a question. It just disappeared. I don't know what the name was, but I guess the question was, what would you guys wear if you guys were in the Purge? I'm going to assume you're talking like tactical gear and guns and stuff like that. The Purge is a really interesting concept that isn't specifically zombies, but all of a sudden your friends and family and people on the streets may be trying to kill you just because they can and there's no loss. I'd probably just I would first of all try to have some kind of safe house and maybe like an underground bunker or something like that to survive the night. But if I was out in the open, it'd have to be full on Kevlar plate carrier helmet and just strapped to the brim with ammo just to try to survive the night.
If I could wear whatever I want, are we counting things that exist or don't exist?
Can we do both? Because I have a feeling this is going to be fun either way.
All right. Things that don't exist, I would wear a set of Terminator armor from Warhammer 40,000 because ain't nobody getting into that. Except for Gene Stealers, maybe. And other than that, if I had to pick real stuff, I would requisition an M1A2 Abrams tank and just, get in there and find someone who knows how to use it and then just button up and anyone comes close, boom. Other than that, I'm just going to chill out and read some books.
Good plan.
Yeah, because no one's getting in there.
This is from Connor Duffy. Good suggestion for an M4 that's around the $300 to $400 price point.
I mean, our FMG4s are pretty awesome right out of the box. The Crytek CRBs are pretty awesome. What I like about the FMG4s in particular is that there are a wide variety of setups you can choose from, but also the internals are made from Lonex or Lonex, however you decide to do it. So those are really great guns, and you have just a wide variety of options. Also, the Cryteks that have come to market are pretty darn awesome in and of themselves. The Crytek CRB is great. This SPR is coming out or is available. You currently own the Crytek LMG.
Yes, I do.
Which is awesome. What would you suggest for a $300 to $400 setup?
I mean, you hit all the really good points. Another great company to not forget is KWA. They make super solid guns. G&G makes some pretty high-end guns.
Echo 1 Platinum?
Echo 1 Platinums. Those are really good too. VFC. And VFCs are great if you want to customize guns. And I think the thing about like VFCs too is like whether you're a new player or an experienced player, there's usually a point in an airsofter's career or lifespan that they want to customize their gun, change out some stuff. So if you start with something like a VFC, that's one of the most customizable M4 because it accepts and is very compatible with a lot of the aftermarket parts. So even if you're just starting off, you know, maybe look into something like that. So then later on, like, oh, I like this new rail system that came out a year after you bought it. You can throw it on, no problem. You know, stuff like that.
We are getting to the end of the show, so we'll just pick a few more things to answer or give shout-outs to. Rasmus H. Shout-out to Denmark. It's 2:13 a.m. here, so your shout-out is approved.
Nice. I'm going to answer this question from Alex. Ooh, can you go up? Sorry, just a little bit. It was a tech question from Alex G36C. He's saying, what parts should I put in my VFC HK417 350C for better range? I would like 300 feet plus. Max FPS in my field in Canada is 400. I have a custom flat hop and a 5.9 601 barrel. Well, it sounds like you're off to a really good start. I mean, you want to obviously bump your FPS to 400 FPS. So you have as much power as possible. Siege Tech gears are some of the best in terms of reliability. Tinley 40K motor is one of the best, strongest motors, so you get really snappy trigger response. So if you got a flat hops are really good. If you want to maximize your range, go with either a Miracle Barrel or have a professional R hop, just like a standard stock barrel or like a tight bore barrel. Those are probably the best ways to get the most range and accuracy. Flat hops are good, but from what I've seen, Miracle Barrel or R-Hop will top it by a little bit.
Really quick, Kyle Yeoman, can I wear a cardboard creeper helmet and charge the survivors and initiate a Thunderbeat? I don't exactly know what a cardboard creeper helmet is, but I will caution you, you're going to, what?
Minecraft.
Oh, wow. I feel stupid. You're definitely going to want to have full face protection.
Yes.
Because, you know, if you're a zombie, you are going to be charging humans. They may, you know, shoot you, and you don't want to get hit in the face at point blank range. Zombies aren't going to be able to use Thunderbeats because they wouldn't know how to pull them. Yeah. So I would suggest not doing that. But I highly suggest the creeper helmet as long as you have face protection under it.
I really like the creeper helmet idea because cardboard will be fun because you'll see it get shredded. And,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so if you can make a bunch of those, I would rock one of those just because, like, when people are shooting at me, it's satisfying for the survivor because you see the little flares of cardboard flying off. So a great idea.
Frozen Soldier Airsoft Company. Hey, thanks for the answer on the ARX 160. I just purchased it for our mountain games in Colorado, 8,000 feet and above. Shout out, Frozen Soldier Airsoft Co. Your shout out is approved. Let's see if there's anything else before the end of our show. Shout out from Las Vegas, Nevada. Your shout out is approved. Yes. All right. All right. Mr. Munchman TV, your shout out is approved.
Okay, let's see if we can go with this last question because it might be fun. Spencer is asking, what's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you in Airsoft?
Wow. Oh, well, I feel like I would need a little bit more time to think of the exact funniest moment, but the first thing that popped in my head is that Tim vs. Bob 4.5, no, Tim vs. Bob 4 is the first day. I was leading a human wave charge, and I was already really out of breath, but like everyone started charging behind me, and I had to be at the front of this charge. Rebels.
Yeah.
So I led it, and then once we got bogged down, I literally was about to puke. I pushed myself too far once again, and I did end up puking. I ended up puking in the middle of Ballahack, right north of the city, and Aaron Rose comes up. Aaron Rose is the social media marketing manager for Ballahack, and he comes up, and he was reffing and playing at the same time, and he basically walked, he was like, Bob, you're a sissy, ha, 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 started to laugh at me, and then pulls out his Elite Force 1911 TAC, shoots it, and inadvertently hits the magazine release. And as he's laughing at me, he drops the mag for his Elite Force 1911, and it lands right in the middle of all of my puke. And then I puked on it again. And he was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, suck it, man, laughing at me. So that was fun for me after the fact because that was immediate karma.
You know, you've told me that story before, and it's still just hilarious. That's great. I just imagine it. Yeah, good
I wish
times.
my camera was on.
Oh man. All right, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this week's live show. Be sure to join us next Tuesday, same place, same time, or 4:30 for our next live show. And thank you guys for joining us, and hope you guys come to that zombie game in a couple weeks, October 25th.
Yeah, make sure to get the tickets for the zombie game on airsoftgeo.com. Bob the Axeman Zombie Extravaganza. Zombie Extravaganza. Walk-ons are available, but you are going to end up paying $5 more, so it's much better to pre-register on our website. So yeah, come back here for our next live show next week on Tuesday, same GI place, same GI time, and we will see you there.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.